Hi, I'm Mike Valancourt. I'm the art director for Privateer Press, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the creative development and visuals for the Infernals. When I found out that we were first doing the Infernals, the one thing that appealed to me the most was that we were basically dealing with our version of a Lovecraftian aspect of our setting. And the first request that I had was, hey, if we're going to be updating these visual designs, do you mind if I just run with them and have some fun? The first piece of inspiration that I gathered from was the old artwork. It was inside of the Monsternomicon. Their designs weren't fully fleshed out, so we ended up having to spend a lot of time building what their anatomical structure looks like, what the new beasts would look like, what the infernal masters themselves would look like. So if you were to pull back that hood, what would you see underneath? You know, what kind of a creature would this be? If it was stripped bare and this was actually just cloth, like what is their anatomical form? And obviously with them being very lanky, I wanted to kind of give them a more stretched out and bulbous feel for their head, and then take their limbs and stretch those out as well. Figuring out anatomically, like, how does their mouth work? How do they breathe? Do they breathe? Do they hear? Do they smell? Like, what are the things that we want to accentuate on them? Also thinking about what these would look like in motion. How would they move, and what's their underlying muscle structure, and how is that going to impact the rest of their movements as well? One of the things that I had to focus on was how they manifest on the battlefield. From the sketch or art that was presented in the Monsternomicon, it was so loose that it could be interpreted as smoke, it could be interpreted as a liquid. There are many different directions that it could have gone in. Ultimately, I veered very heavily towards what it looks like when you drop ink in water, and seeing how that swirling mass kind of forms, and then blending that in more with something like lava. I think the one thing that I'm most excited for is seeing the Infernal Masters painted and on the table, because they are enormous and they are like a centerpiece for your army. That visual, like, this guy's coming for you, is truly terrifying and awesome to look at. Thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this little peek behind the curtain about the visual development of the Infernals, and it'll be launching this summer at Lock and Load.